So, working with demons is what I'm going to title this. First I'm going to do a recap because it's been 2 weeks short of a year since I moved, and a lot has happened. And I haven't really talked much about this off and on because the scientist in me prefers to have evidence, which with paranormal you can't really get hard evidence. But I wanted to at least share what I perceive as evidence, at least for me personally. So, again, a recap from 2015 was I was uncomfortably numb, living in Greenville, a small town in Missouri, no close family, no friends, only close family that gaslit me and used drugs to manipulate me. Between that and looking to the Bible and, quote, God for answers, I had enough. Fuck God and all that BS. Quote, God has a plan for each of us. It was here that Lucifer first spoke to me. It's your life, live for you. So simple, yet it was exactly right. So, this is where I started working with Lucifer, but I hadn't actually made I hadn't actually dedicated. I was just kind of like, alright, here's something different. So, and with the spirits, they can usually, know what your desires are pretty simply. But I had pretty much laid it out that I desired a girlfriend / companion. I had been single for most of my adult life. And I was granted this same month that I had moved to Piedmont, and like within that following month of turning over a new leaf, I was granted a 5-year relationship, and it only lasted 5 years because I chose. And there's a lot of personal information I'm skimming over, but the point is that yeah, it was something that I asked for, that I wanted, and I got it. Now I will go into some detail here in a minute, until I chose otherwise. So the second one here, I'm saying this is between Lucifer and Hecate. In those 5 years, another example, I really wanted another pit bull, because the first pit bull I had, my cousins had poisoned it when I was not home. So that's the kind of family I have. They'll give you something and take it away. So that point is that I was granted a second chance to having a pit bull. So I was granted 4.5 loving years with Jasmine, but I had to give her up for adoption when I moved here. I couldn't find a place that I could afford, and I also loved her so much, I'd rather willingly give her to a dog rescue place. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. And her have a chance of finding a warm home than to put her down or to chance her and I both freezing together. So that was what I had to do that just before I started going to that homeless shelter that I made videos of. And that's still kind of hard on me, but the first 6 months that broke my heart. So, but I had to do it because it was either that or it was my own life. So there was a lot of lessons with these. I'm kind of skimming over here, but let's see here. Yeah, I had to learn to both love unconditionally and also let something I truly loved go. So yeah, there's lessons with each of these. I'm kind of skimming around, but 2021 through 2022. Now this is specifically with Azazel, so this is at the end of last year, but it still counts because I'm still working with them. Quitting smoking, both cigarettes and hard drugs that my cousins had got me hooked on to manipulate me. I wasn't even allowed to start until I quit that particular drug. After that, and fix my diet, working with Azazel helped me fix my diet and focus on getting fit. because, you know, your physical body and health is if anything, almost more important than anything. If you're not physically healthy, then, you know, your mind's short to follow. So, anyhow, yeah, I'm still working with Azazel, and I just reached 100 push-ups a day last October. So that's pretty good. I do skip like every 5th day, so I don't want to lie to you. If you ever look at my thing, every 5th day I usually take a day off. But yeah, I finally reached 100. That was one of my goals, 100 push-ups per day, or, you know, 4 days out of a week. That was pretty cool. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't keep working on it. So, now this one I have it dedicated to all 4: Lucifer, Azazel, Satan, Hecate. Now when I say Satan, I mean adversarial energy in my personal understanding. But anyhow, this past year I've been in Indiana and I haven't been idle. Although sometimes I feel like I have. Aside from the videos I make and worked out, I've been healing from the past 16 years of gaslighting for the first 6 months I was here. A lot of damage I was recovering. And then the last 5 months up to now, I've been refocusing on my goals and what I want in life and how to get it. This is something else that, you know, all the spirits are working with me with, but very closely I would say Lucifer and Hecate at this moment. Both working with Lucifer to help me find information needed, and Hecate to help me let go of things. And I've made a crazy process in a short time. So letting go. I've had to let go of something else that I've loved. And I say this in I say my friend on here. So, and this is just a good friend I've had since I was in school, elementary school. This individual helped me a lot. This person became a blind spot and a crutch. I needed to stop relying on the individual. That friendship had become toxic. I couldn't speak about my ideas freely, while the other person could. And I'm not going to go into a bunch of the detail, because it's something I already have let go, but I wanted to put it out here as an example, so I don't want to drag it on too long. But the point is, I had to let go. And I wanted to throw this in here, like, yes, this is one of those deals where I don't have a lot of close friends around me, especially since I moved back to Indiana. I don't know a lot of people. But when this happened, and it happened on its own accord, my friend decided I was too conservative. I don't know. But the point is that when that happened, I had to accept that that's the decision this person made, and let it go. Well, the spirits know that you can't just sit around in isolation, especially if you're going through enough stuff as it is and transitions. And it just seemed like my other 2 friends, I don't really have their permission to say their names on here. I don't know if they'd want me to or care. But they just came out of nowhere, came out of the woodwork. But the first 6 months I was here, it was just that one friend. And as soon as that friend disappeared, well, one of them was around a little earlier, but wasn't talking as much. And as soon as that friend decided to shut down on me, they came out of the woodwork. And I think people have their own reasons, but I feel like the spirits had some part in that. I can't prove it, but it's just too coincidental that it just switched like that. So, okay, have been lost my spot here. Okay, so it doesn't need to be isolated. That 2 friends from school days have been around a lot more. Yeah, okay, that's what I was getting at. Is that the transition of friends between the one I lost and the 2 that came out of the woodwork, it's almost like it was planned, right? I can't prove that, and not on their part, but there you go. I wanted a fresh start last year, and this is definitely different than where I was, right? So last year, at this time, or close to it, I was in the big, what I call the big echo chamber, right? It was like a huge house with nothing in it. So, So this is getting to the end of my notes here on this, is that, and this is with Lucifer specifically. Lastly, I had to point out, or the last point of this video, is that for the past 2 months, I've been looking to move. Obviously, I'm used to living in a house, not a one-room sleep thing, so I need more space. But it became clear to me that to do so, I need more money, and I've been working with a company dedicated to helping people apply for jobs. I've gotten 4 calls this month, and the 4th one was finally a job close enough to take the bus to, because where I'm at, you got bus routes and stuff. So that's actually kind of exciting. And I realized that, I'm sorry here. Okay, there we go. I realized I skimmed over a lot, but my point was that with working with demons, or at least as I prefer ancient gods, isn't a one-shot fix-all. It is a dedication to that demon or demons, ancient gods as I prefer, to the lessons that they have to teach you, because different spirits are aligned with different ideas. And it's a dedication to that demon and the lessons they have to teach you. The girlfriend and dog desires that I had, had life lessons attached. The girlfriend is like, I'm sorry, the gifts weren't free, right? So, yeah, they weren't free because I had to learn from those gifts. But it seemed like, oh, there they are. But there was a lot of things I'm skimming over that I had to learn in the process. That the spirits use those as opportunities. I'm going to reveal something kind of personal, but I've been living on a Social Security check with a girlfriend and dog, but it wasn't enough. So you would think that I would have been comfortably numb and pacified, but I wasn't. Only by achieving those dreams did I realize I wasn't happy. So yeah, I had... I still have that check. I'm working on getting off of that. That's where I'm heading with this. But yeah, my point is, like, I had a house, an actual house, a girlfriend. I'm not going to go into details. Like, every relationship has their ups and downs. But, yeah, as far as, like, mentally, you got the house, the girlfriend, the dog. And, I say the dog, but I really did love Jasmine. So, I don't mean to just say the dog. But the idea is, like, shoot, I haven't quit smoking pot yet, but I'm working on it. But pot was even legal in Missouri. I could get it I had everything to basically keep me, what was the word I used, pacified. That wasn't enough. So, yeah, I had to achieve everything to realize that I still had to learn myself, or learn to love myself. So it's not just getting what you want, it's also making decisions and goals and working toward them. And the process of, earning those rewards actually has more meaning. And it's not just gaining the reward, but the process of working toward them has meaning as well. I wasn't working toward anything in that where I was living. And I think that's part of what wasn't driving me. I had nothing to work forward to. So, yes, as of right now, I'm living in a one-room, it's not even an apartment, it's a sleeping room. As you can tell, you've seen it before. It's not very big. I got the camera on zoom, so you're not going to see much. But, yeah, not only have I started to actually learn about myself and what I actually think about things, and not just, repeating other people's ideas. I mean, we all repeat other people's ideas, but knowing what your opinion is helps, and who you are. But also loving who you are, and trying to take care of yourself like you would for someone that you actually loved. But I'm literally weeks away from my first job. I have an appointment to see them next week to make a... And if not, I still got other phone calls. But I'm just happy I'm finally on my way to bigger goals, and whether it be car, house, college, possibly wife, question mark. Instead of letting life tell me what to do and just taking that and just kind of going with the flow anymore, I'm taking what I call necessary risks to better my life, something that I wouldn't be doing if I never set off on this adventure. So, had I not decided from the get-go that I wanted to do something better, way back 6 years ago, I would not have been here. So, and even a year ago, I've made a lot of changes, physically and mentally and spiritually. So, I'll leave it there. It's already 15 minutes. I'm surprised if you're still listening, but yeah, I just wanted to say, like, it's not, people tend to think that if oh, I'm going to work with a demon and win the lottery and that'll be that. And that's not the case. Like, even if you did win the lottery, you know what I mean? If you don't work these other things out, then that lottery would probably be the death of you. So, anyhow, I'll let you guys go, and thanks for listening to me waffle. You can work with demons, but you actually have to take them serious. And you take yourself serious.